How did you start building?
For sure. And you know, like, I guess that's a very good question to like saying like how like I started building. And the thing is, I feel like I'm still building.
You're still building.
I feel like right now I'm just fucking getting started.
Just getting started.
I'm just getting started. Sorry, I don't know if I can curse.
No, you're good. You're good. You're
cool.
good.
Yeah. I just feel like I'm just getting started. I'm just building right now because now I'm starting to deal with people and brands and companies who are like extremely well established, internationally recognized brands. Yeah. Where beforehand, part of my ADHD. Rewind a sec.
Yep, rewind.
How it started was I'm a musician. I'm a drummer. So I started playing in a bunch of different bands. I started taking it super seriously when I was about 16, 17 years old. Like I'm talking like practicing minimum 3 hours a day, no matter what, no excuses.
And that was
that was my thing.
Your end goal.
That was my thing. Is like I'm gonna be a drummer. I'm gonna be in a band. I'm gonna tour the world, and that's gonna be my life. That's 100% what I thought I was going to do when I was like 16, 17 years old. I got my band that I was playing with at the time. We were working with a relatively like bigger Canadian band at the time, and that kind of opened up the gates to meeting a lot of people in the Canadian music industry. From there, I was playing a bar here in Niagara Falls, and the artist manager of Nelly Furtado happens to walk in, and he's talking to my girlfriend at the time at the bar saying, "What's the dealio with these guys? Like, what's going on with these guys?" And I'm like, and me over here, I'm just like, what is this guy over here talking to my girlfriend for? So he comes up to me, he goes, "You're the most talented person in this band. Why are you playing in this band?" First of all, I'm like, what's with the rude comment?
Yeah.
And then second of all, I'm just like, who are you? He's just like, I won't say his name for he's like, my name is this and this. This is what I'm doing right now, and this is why I think you should work with me because this is my plan. This is an artist that I'm working with, and I want you to be in the band. And then I'm just like, okay. And then from that moment on, the next day, I got off at work. I was working at Le Chateau at the time, and I went over to his house. We had probably about a 2.5 hour conversation, and he became my mentor. That was
really
it. That's how that happened. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
and it kind of just started from there.
And just kind of like snowballing from there. So met him, and then pretty much, man, like I feel like I don't have that one knack where it's just like, hey, you're the best drummer, you're the best magician.
Yeah. Now let me dive into that, because I think that's something that a lot of people like move over when they start building something that's potentially extremely big.
Yeah.
Is like, how did you get that specific opportunity? Was it because you were open to the opportunity? You were open-minded.
Absolutely.
You were not closed-minded.
Not at all.
You thought, okay, connection, relationship.
Just say yes. Say yes, man.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, just say yes.
You just have to say yes.
You just have to say yes. Even if you don't know what it's going to lead to, you just got to say yes.
It was like when, what was it? Yeah, when you wanted to have a conversation with me, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah. This guy seems to know some people, but I had no idea who you were.
Nope. Yeah. Likewise, I had no idea who you were. I was like, oh man, this could be just like a 17-year-old scrappy little kid.
Exactly.
That could totally just waste my time.
Oh, 100%.
You know?
100%.
And you're probably thinking the same thing with me. Is it's like, okay, this guy's older, maybe he knows something, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. And now here we are.
And now here we are.
Yeah.
So you never close an opportunity.
Yeah.
But if you're closed to opportunities, or you're self-consciously closed to opportunities, I feel like you won't get it. Or they're very limited.
Very limited. You
must have been very open.
100%.
When that opportunity came.
Absolutely, man. I was so thankful. I was so appreciative of it, and that happened. I think I was 19 or 20 years old when that happened. I'm 26 now.
Right.
And that was that was one of the moments where I was just like, oh my gosh, I can do this for real. And then I remember sitting in the control room with a relatively bigger band at the time, in the band that I was in, and they said, like, when we feel 100% confident in you, and when you guys feel 100% confidence in yourselves, you're going to be playing arenas. We're going to take care of you. Like, and hearing that at 18 years old at the time is like life changing. It's just like, it just made the possibility seem like completely real.
Right.
So fast track through all this long-winded story of how I got these like relationships that I do is I was playing in bands over the course of time, since that band kind of like folded, and then I got tagged in a Facebook status, and all the Facebook status said was looking for an audition to looking for a drummer to audition for a potential opportunity overseas. And I was like, okay, potential opportunity overseas. I play drums. I'm like, cool.
You're in.
What's the worst that can happen? I go to this audition in Brantford. So I drive about an hour and a half out there, and I'm the last drummer to audition. I get sat down by all the members of the band. Everyone's like 10 or 15 years older than me too, by the way, at this point in time. And it was a rock band, and what it ended up happening was they sat me down. They said, we want you. This is the current opportunity. And the opportunity was that they got the opportunity to record over in Abbey Road Studios, which is the same studios as the Beatles, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin. Like some of the most classic, most biggest artists in the world have worked there. And I was one of the youngest independent Canadians to ever step foot and play in the same room as the Beatles. And talk about the power of manifestation and how like the universe works. Downstairs in my basement where I would play drums religiously, shout out to my parents for being awesome and thinking we beat the crap out of my drum set when I was younger, is I had one picture on the side of my wall where I practice all the time, and it was the album cover of the Beatles, their Abbey Road record. And I'm just like, and then here I am sitting in the drum set in the actual studio, and I literally said to myself, how in the heck did I get here? It's like, man, I would never, if you would have told me that would have happened to me, if 20-year-old me would have said like 22-year-old you was going to do this, I would have been like, there's no way.
Maybe 35-year-old
Maybe
you.
35,
but,
yeah.
But
maybe.
not.
And I didn't think I was going to have my own business until I was in my late 30s, late 40s. I was going to manage people. So that's another thing. So it's like, I can be the performer. I can be the performer where I can go on stage and I can go crazy and I can be loud and I can do that. But I can also be like the reserved, very charismatic businessman who wants to get shit done, who wants to have an authentic conversation, and who just wants to make people feel that they can do anything.
Yep.
Because I feel like that's the feeling that I had, and I still have to this day, where it's like you just have to believe that it's possible. You just need a right plan and a good team around you, and you can do anything.
Formulating an idea.
Yeah. Formulating an idea and building it out.
Yeah.
And building it out too. Like people say, like, okay, I want to make $1 million. Okay, what's your first step to making $1 million?